DIY Shabby Chic Vintage Home Decor. Budget-friendly ways to add old-world elegance. Introduction. Shabby Chic Decor is all about blending vintage charm with soft, romantic touches to create a timeless and cozy atmosphere. With a focus on light colors, floral patterns, and antique-inspired accents, Shabby Chic design effortlessly transforms everyday pieces into stunning statement decor. Best of all, you don't need a big budget to achieve this beautiful aesthetic. In this video, we'll explore 10 DIY projects that will help you create a shabby chic look in your home. From revamping old furniture with distressed paint to crafting vintage-inspired decor. Whether you're an experienced DIYer or just getting started, these budget-friendly transformations will add warmth, charm, and a touch of nostalgia to your home. Let's dive in and start creating your dream shabby chic space. 1. Revamping old furniture with a distressed paint finish. To achieve the perfect shabby chic furniture makeover, start with an old wooden piece, such as a dresser or side table. Lightly sand the surface to remove any rough edges, then apply a base coat of chalk paint in white, cream, or pastel shades. Once the paint dries, use sandpaper to distress edges and corners, revealing the wood underneath. This technique creates a time-worn look. 'To seal the finish, apply clear or antique wax, buffing it lightly for a smooth yet aged appearance. For extra character, add decorative stencils or swap out old knobs for vintage-style pulls. Layering different paint colors before distressing can create depth and a truly antique effect. This simple DIY can instantly transform any piece into a shabby chic statement. Pro tip: use candle wax before painting to create an easy-to-peel distressed effect. Two. DIY vintage-inspired picture frames for wall decor. Start with old or thrifted picture frames, removing any glass or backing. Apply a coat of pastel or off-white chalk paint, then distress the edges with sandpaper to expose layers beneath. To enhance the vintage look, use a dry brush technique with gold or gray tones for added depth. Let everything dry before reassembling. Insert antique-style prints, floral patterns, or handwritten quotes into the frames for a charming touch. You can also leave some frames empty and layer them for a more artistic display. Arrange your frames in a gallery wall layout to create a cozy, nostalgic ambience. Mixing different frame sizes adds visual interest and enhances the shabby chic aesthetic. Pro tip: use lace fabric inside frames for an elegant, textured background. Three. Upcycling mason jars into chic floral vases. Mason jars are perfect for adding vintage charm to your decor. Start by cleaning and drying the jars thoroughly. Apply a coat of chalk paint in soft pastels or neutral tones, then let it dry completely. For a distressed effect, gently sand parts of the jar, focusing on raised areas and edges. Wrap twine, lace, or ribbon around the jar's rim for added texture. Fill the jars with fresh flowers, dried lavender, or fairy lights to enhance their beauty. You can group multiple jars together to create a centerpiece or use them as charming accent pieces on shelves and tables. These DIY vases effortlessly add a soft, vintage touch to any room. Pro tip: lightly mist flowers with hairspray to help them last longer. Four, creating rustic wooden signs with hand-painted quotes. Start with a reclaimed wooden board or pallet piece. Sand the surface to remove splinters, then apply a light wash of white or pastel paint, letting the natural wood grain show through. Print or stencil a vintage-inspired quote onto the board using a pencil transfer method. Paint over the letters with a fine brush or marker for a handmade touch. To create an aged effect, lightly distress the edges and lettering with sandpaper. Add decorative flourishes like floral designs, antique motifs, or crackle glaze for a truly vintage feel. Hang the sign in an entryway, kitchen, or above a bed for a cozy and inviting atmosphere. This DIY project adds a personal touch to any shabby chic space. Pro tip: use coffee or tea to stain the wood for an even more antique look. Five, no-sew DIY lace and fabric table runners. Choose a piece of vintage-inspired fabric or lace that complements your decor. Cut it to the desired length for your table, ensuring an elegant drape on the sides. If using fabric, fold and secure the edges with fabric glue or iron-on hem tape for a neat finish. For a layered look, place lace over burlap or linen. Add decorative elements such as frayed edges, tassels, or hand-stamped patterns for a rustic touch. Drape the table runner over a dining or coffee table and pair it with vintage candle holders or floral arrangements. This simple yet elegant DIY brings instant shabby chic charm to your home. Pro tip: use starch spray to stiffen lace and keep it in place. Six, thrift store transformations, budget-friendly shabby chic finds. Visit local thrift stores or flea markets to hunt for vintage decor pieces. Look for ornate picture frames, antique mirrors, ceramic vases, and wooden furniture with character. A fresh coat of chalk paint, distressing, or decorative accents can transform these items into elegant shabby chic decor. Don't be afraid to mix and match different textures and patterns. To bring cohesion, stick to a color palette of whites, creams, pastels, and soft florals. Repurpose mismatched china as wall art or storage. Turn an old ladder into a decorative blanket rack. With creativity and patience, you can achieve a beautifully curated shabby chic look for less. Pro tip: use antique wax on painted thrift finds for an authentic aged effect. Seven, handmade throw pillows with vintage fabrics. Select vintage floral, linen, or lace fabrics for a soft, romantic look. Cut fabric into squares or rectangles, depending on the pillow size. If you don't sew, use fabric glue or iron-on adhesive to attach the edges, leaving a small opening. Stuff the pillow with cotton or an old cushion insert before sealing. Add embellishments like buttons, ruffles, or hand-painted designs to enhance the vintage appeal. Arrange these pillows on a bed, couch, or armchair for a cozy, layered look. Handmade pillows instantly elevate your space with warmth and personality. Pro tip: mix floral and neutral patterns to achieve a balanced shabby chic style. Eight, repurposing old trays and mirrors for elegant accents. Find an old serving tray or mirror with ornate detailing. Clean the surface, then apply a coat of chalk paint in pastel or muted shades. Lightly distress the edges with sandpaper for a vintage touch. If working with a mirror, add subtle gold leafing or stencil designs for extra charm. Repurpose trays as decorative vanity organizers or coffee table displays. Use mirrors as wall decor or statement pieces in an entryway. These upcycled accents add a refined, timeless look to any space. Pro tip: use Mod Podge to apply vintage paper prints onto trays for a unique design. Nine, DIY decorative candle holders for a cozy ambience. Start with glass jars, ceramic holders, or metal tins from thrift stores or your home. Apply a coat of chalk paint in soft pastels or antique white. Lightly distress the edges with sandpaper for a worn vintage effect. Wrap lace, burlap, or twine around the holders and secure with hot glue for added texture. Place tea lights or LED candles inside to create a warm, romantic glow. You can also use scented candles for a cozy, inviting atmosphere. Arrange multiple holders on a tray or shelf for a layered, elegant display. This simple DIY adds an instant touch of shabby chic charm to any space. Pro tip: use frosted glass spray or decoupage vintage floral prints for a unique candle holder design. Ten, final styling tips to achieve the perfect shabby chic look. Start by layering soft textures like lace, linen, and distressed wood throughout your space. Stick to a color palette of whites, creams, pastels, and floral patterns. Use vintage-style furniture, repurposed decor, and handmade accents to create a cohesive look. Mix thrifted finds with DIY projects to balance charm and elegance. Antique mirrors, ornate picture frames, and soft lighting to enhance the vintage ambience. Arrange decor in cozy vignettes, combining different heights and textures for visual interest. Add fresh or dried flowers for a natural, romantic touch. With these final styling tips, your shabby chic home will feel effortlessly elegant. Pro tip: keep a balance between rustic and refined elements to maintain a true shabby chic aesthetic.